When you think about your walk with God, do you live to avoid punishment or to pursue rewards? Do you live to keep from being in trouble with God or to experience the blessings of God? I started thinking about this a lot a couple weeks ago when I went to SeaWorld with my family, and we saw 9,000-pound whales doing flips, and the things that they could get these animals to do is absolutely incredible. And I started to wonder, how could they get them to do these things? And as we watched a little closely, what we saw is every time they did some kind of trick, that they'd be rewarded, that they'd be fed fish. And the truth is that we are all wired to respond to rewards. And so I tried this with my kids one day. We had a 5K coming up. It was early in the morning. We'd have to wake them up and they'd have to go and run. And honestly, I was dreading making them have to do this. And so I started thinking about SeaWorld. And so instead of threats, I just said the night before, hey, if you guys wake up and you go run with me, at the end, you'll get a snow cone. So I woke up the next morning expecting to have to drag them out of bed, and actually they were already up. They had their running shoes on. They were practically stretching and ready to run out the door to go to the race. Why? Because they responded to a reward. And the same thing is true of us in our spiritual lives. Listen to this in Hebrews 11:6. It says, God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And there is reward and blessing that comes when we seek after God. It may not look the way that we think that it should look all the time, but there is a reward. In Luke 6:35, Jesus says this, but love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great and you will be sons of the Most High. Did you catch that? He's asking us to do some really hard things, but what he says is that your reward will be great and you will be sons of the Most High. The greatest reward that we have is the ability to move closer to Jesus. That we can be like the Apostle Paul and say that he counts everything as loss, everything in this world as rubbish in order that he may gain Christ. And so I hope that we can live like that today, that we can pursue the blessings of God, the reward that comes through taking a step closer to Jesus, not living out of fear of punishment or that we'll get in trouble if we don't do the right thing, but wanting to be closer to our Maker.